Children being exposed to alcohol at an early age can lead to underage drinking as well as addiction, a problem recently highlighted in a viral video of children drinking. What are some of the social problems contributing to early alcohol exposure? To help us unpack this and how civic organizations can help prevent a social decay, we are now joined by Sonono Khoza, and she's a chairperson of the Khoza Foundation. Ms. Khoza, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. Many of us were shocked when we saw this video making the rounds on social media. What is your immediate reaction to what we witnessed on the social media streams?
Hi, Mbali. Compliments of the new season to you and the viewers. It's really, really troubling what we saw, during the festivities while it was young children, being exposed to substance abuse. And we cannot, as a society, allow that, because these are children. They cannot make decisions. I believe that we as adults, it is our responsibility as civil society as well, faith-based organizations, to join hands, and the private sector to make sure that we tackle this scourge that is facing our country.
What does it say about our society when children are being handed alcohol and they're being exposed to alcohol at such a young age?
Yeah, it is very worrying because when children are exposed to alcohol, whether during celebrations or within the home, it reflects a breakdown in adult responsibility. This is not about culture or festivities. It is about safety, development, and dignity. Alcohol exposure at a young age can cause very serious long-term consequences for brain development, emotional regulation, and behavior.
Maybe unpack some of the problems, that come with the exposure of, such substances at a young age. I mean, you make mention of one, but, going forward in life, how does that impact young people?
I speak as a parent, it's a lived experience to some of us, because I had a son, not only alcohol, he went into drugs. If it wasn't because of support from family, the uncles, and also other faith-based organizations like Unpack, the African Village, and we have a relationship with the Lifeline as well, where we plan to ensure that we provide sort of parenting workshop, because it looks like the parenting aspect of it all is definitely broken, and we cannot look the other side as an organization that is based in a community that is also being affected by this. We have placed young people at Bara, as we said last year. Some of them, they have been found, under the influence, and it has been an issue that we are grappling in. Hence, we are asking for parents, because parents need to be involved. We know our country has a very high number of child-headed and single-parent headed households. We need society to come together and band together instead of shaming and showing disbelief. We need to start acting.
Yeah.
And that's why with our partners at we are coming together to provide this parenting workshops.
And what more can be done as a society? I mean, you say that people should not just be condemning it, but they should actually be taking charge and be taking action in our communities. Yeah. What can be done as a society to come together to try and tackle some of these problems we are faced with, particularly here with alcohol?
We need to ensure that, all sectors of society, the parents as well, they get involved. Even the people that are selling, there needs to be stringent, or fines for any outlet that are found to have been selling to young people. We need to ensure that we we don't let this go unpunished. We need to find the perpetrators of whatever it is that has happened in this particular instance when we saw those young people having the alcohol, the parents as well, together with the members of society and also the leaders of society. We need to ensure that there are stringent measures that deal with the sale of alcohol for young people. Yeah.
And, ma'am, when it comes to this particular case that we are faced with, looking into the Eastern Cape, as civil society, I mean, what are you doing? Or are you, trying to intervene in that regard to try and assist, perhaps, I mean, even going to teach families, particularly in rural communities, in terms of what such substances can do to young people and how it can hamper their lives?
Yes, as I said, we have joined forces and we are starting the initiative of parenting workshops that will focus on positive parenting, understanding child development, substance abuse awareness, and giving them practical tools to create safer home environments. Because our aim is to empower parents and caregivers, not to shame them, and to ensure that children grow up in environments that support their health, dignity, and future potential.
What has been the response from some parents who have been attending some of these workshops when you try and, speak to them and spread across this message, particularly when it comes to, the abuse of substances at a young age?
Yeah, the intake hasn't been promising. Our parents really, they are not cooperating. We have young people that spend so much time at the center. We have asked parents to come through because they need to know, firstly, parents need to know where their children spend most of their time. Because as a foundation and as a center, we are not an aftercare. We need parents to be actively involved. So when we invite them to sessions, they don't show up. There's 2 or 3 parents that show up, but most of the parents that come through are parents that are, as you say, of underlying overlaying areas like the rural areas, as you say, and also, townships that are further than Soweto. But here in Diepkloof and Soweto, we haven't had a lot of cooperation as we would like to, because parents, they stay away. They send their kids to us until something happens to the kids. That's probably when we'll see them. But we ask them, come through. You need to sign an indemnity form, and also know the people that spend a lot of time with your kids, whether it's playing soccer, whether they are doing their homework, or whether they're participating in some of the programs. As I said, we don't want to shame them. It's not shaming them, but we are seeing now, these are the results of them having this lax attitude of not, caring where the kids spend most of their time, and they don't know the people that their children are spending most of their time with.
All right, Ms. Khoza, thank you so much for your time. That's Sonono Khoza, Chairperson of the Khoza Foundation. They're speaking to us about that particularly video making the rounds on social media of young children being handed green bottles of alcohol and consuming alcohol at a family gathering.